LA This Week.
Have a $1 million idea but don't have the tools to create it? Well, just beyond these glass doors is access to 3D printers and other cutting-edge technology to help you create the product of your dreams. I'm Gil Reyes at what some people are calling Chatsworth's best-kept secret.
New speed limits put the brakes on drivers. We'll tell you where. He may be gone, but his dream of inspiring others lives on. We'll have a story next. Hello and welcome to LA This Week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yana Kay. LA City could soon have a new funding source to battle homelessness. Surplus money from the state of California. Gil Reyes breaks down this plan, which has the full support of several California mayors.
This is the time to do it. It's a true partnership. We've got a surplus, and never in our history have we seen such a horrible sight like people living on the streets. Humans have forgotten about other humans.
State Assemblyman Miguel Santiago among the elected leaders gathering on Skid Row to support Assembly Bill 3171. It would reserve a portion of the state's projected budget surplus for homeless shelters, rental assistance, and affordable housing.
We need more funding for true comprehensive services.
Supporters expecting a state budget surplus of $6.1 billion in the upcoming fiscal year. They want to reserve $1.5 billion of it for homeless programs statewide. And cities would have to match any funds they receive. In the city of Los Angeles, that could translate to as much as $764 million additional dollars to help the unhoused.
We need that local money to go directly to local governments. I know there's some legislation to maybe put that into state agencies, but we can't wait a single day or let red tape stand in the way of one more person getting housed. That's why every single one of the mayors from north to south, inland to the coast, Republican and Democrats, support this legislation.
LA Mayor Eric Garcetti, one of 11 California mayors, saying, let's pass this. On Skid Row, I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
This would be just one of several strategies LA is using to tackle homelessness. Others include tax measures HHH, and linkage fees on developers. The First Lady of Los Angeles is urging compassion as the city comes to grips with LA's homeless crisis. Gil Reyes reports on how housing, services, and a little mercy can turn people's lives around.
I was in a daze, lost in a maze, confused with...
Formerly homeless people and their friends telling stories about loss and then redemption with help from supportive housing.
Having a place to call home has made quite a difference in my life.
We hope that people will take in the stories and see that people can recover.
Philanthropist Marilyn Wells co-hosts the event Stories from the Front Line, ending homelessness through supportive housing, an event partly aimed at opening up people's hearts by embracing homeless housing in their neighborhoods.
We cannot house our homeless neighbors without widespread support.
The mayor's wife, the First Lady of Los Angeles, Amy Elaine Wakeland, mentions what the city has done recently to battle homelessness, like raising the minimum wage, passing Measures H and HHH to increase housing and services, and approving linkage fees on developers, which are expected to double the production of affordable housing. But there's more we can do from the heart.
If you know someone who is a landlord, please encourage them to start accepting Section 8 vouchers. That way we can help get low-income people teetering on the brink of homelessness into a place that they could afford.
LA City Councilman David Rue also mentions that every council member has pledged to create 222 new units of supportive housing in each district. Another strategy, granny flats. These are secondary units you can add more easily to your house now that the state has eased restrictions. Consider there are more than 500,000 single-family homes in our city. Now, if just 10% added granny flats, that would equal 50,000 new units of housing.
That would house every single homeless person that is currently living on the streets of Los Angeles. No one can do everything, but every single person can do something.
Volunteering with your favorite nonprofit may also help. Find out what else you can do to end homelessness at lamayor.org/Days of Compassion. I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
Local leaders say it'll take several strategies to end the problem. Others in the works include opening up emergency shelters at city-owned lots and attempting to fast-track the building of supportive housing. Well, how safe are metro rail lines from a terrorist attack? A new device under consideration by the agency may be able to detect concealed weapons without burdening passengers much. Gil Reyes shows us.
No need to panic, but the men in this demonstration are packing something suspicious. We know this because of a new portable system being tested at 7th Street Metro Station in downtown.
We can literally scan dozens of people in a matter of just a few seconds to determine if there's anything that needs follow-up.
Lori Dankers from TSA introduces us to the ThroughVis, 2 black boxes on wheels with cameras and monitors. They scan without you even noticing.
So someone's entering the system right now on the escalator, and they're going to come into the view of the black box, as we call it, and we are getting the avatar of him right now, and we can see that there is something in his abdomen. There's a black box in that area.
Those black blotches on both men's bellies indicate big changes in body temperature. Worst case scenario, a suicide vest or other type of explosive device, though that's not always the case.
Now, any main blockage of body heat would be detected, and that includes laptops. But instead of pulling over to the side everyone with a laptop, it would be up to an officer's personal discretion, and also, more importantly, bomb-sniffing dogs to detect any main threat.
You know, people have backpacks, purses, like you said, food, you know. That's what we're going to avoid by using the dog as kind of our secondary layer. So it's not just one piece of equipment we're relying on. We're relying on the piece of equipment, we're relying on the dog.
Authorities are also always on the lookout for any suspicious behavior at metro stations. Actually, all of us should be too. Other benefits to the devices: there's no radiation exposure, no intrusive x-rays of body parts. Metro passenger Robin Dew likes that it doesn't slow her down on the way to making the train.
You're just walking by, and it's not bothering you. You're not until you're bothering it.
Metro plans on purchasing this or something like it soon. In downtown Los Angeles, I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
The fact that it's portable means being able to move the device from station to station. Metro has tested 3 similar systems since last summer and hopes to have one in place by the end of the year. Well, for some kids in underserved communities, dreams can be lost in the reality of everyday life. But thanks to the legacy of one young artist, more dreams are coming true.
I represent where I'm from to the fullest because for me, it's a place of many abandoned dreams, the good and the bad things.
JoJo Estrada was an artist, a graduate of CalArts acting program, a community-minded 23-year-old with a promising future. But above all else, he was committed to one very special goal.
JoJo is all about letting young people achieve their dreams, and no matter what background you come from, what economic level, socioeconomic level you come from, that all is possible. He taught them that. He taught the kids in the neighborhood that. He was teaching them that when he passed away.
JoJo was killed in a car accident in 2014, leaving behind his heartbroken parents and sister, but also a legacy. At a recent meeting of the LA City Council, Councilman Jose Huizar honored JoJo's family for finding beauty in tragedy.
We listened to his poem, Abandoned Dreams, and we said, that's it. That's going to be our job now.
The same year they lost their son, the Estradas created the Embrazy Foundation to honor JoJo, a young man who truly cared about his community and the often forgotten people on the fringe of society.
Since it began in 2014, the foundation has raised $50,000 for scholarships and arts programs, giving Eastside students the chance to pursue their own dreams.
JoJo just loved life, had a big smile. He always cared about the community. So his poem, Abandoned Dreams, talks about the dreams in the community being abandoned for different reasons.
It is a poem about the need to take the world, look at the world around you, and truly consider the people you see and to help.
4 years later, JoJo's words still resonate, and they continue to make a difference.
That some can overcome poverty and greed's obstacles. Don't allow these dreams to go to waste because the minds of these people can never be replaced.
For more information on the Embrazy Foundation and what you can do to help, visit embrazy.org. From city services to the latest in mobility, the Abilities Expo offered a one-stop shop for people with disabilities and their families. Living a full life can be tough for someone with a disability. From getting around the neighborhood to enjoying sports or managing finances, it's not always easy to find the help you need. But thanks to the Free Abilities Expo at the Los Angeles Convention Center, there's a one-stop shop to find it all.
It's a variety of products and services and free resources for people with disabilities so that they can find things to make things easier or better or more fun for them and their families.
The Expo, now in its 40th year, also featured free workshops and topics ranging from travel to financial planning. The city's Department on Disability was also on hand to help people connect with local resources.
What we're trying to make sure is that folks know that we are available to them. We are very focused on ensuring that all city services, facilities, programs are accessible. And so we like to make sure that folks have the opportunity to let us know, one, what needs to be fixed, if anything, and really just here for the community.
There are plenty of options to help people get around, from service dogs to motorcycles to a wide selection of accessible vehicles, and even a state-of-the-art exoskeleton offering a new degree of increased mobility. The Expo proved to be a hit with visitors.
Oh, I like it a lot. It's very nice. Everything's going really well. I'm enjoying myself very much.
For information on all the services the city offers, visit disability.lacity.org. Residents in downtown City West neighborhood usually have to travel blocks to get to the nearest grocery store. But not anymore. This market's so close to home, in fact, for some tenants, it's in the building. Gil Reyes reports on this new alternative for downtowners living west of the 110.
People in the City West section of downtown shop in the neighborhood's first and only full-fledged market, Grocery Outlet. It's located on the ground floor of the Sophia Los Angeles Apartments on 6th and Bixel.
I live just up the street and I wanted a local grocery store, so it's my first time here and I like it a lot.
He likes the prices too. As the sign says, a bottle of organic Ocean Spray cranapple drink is just $2 here, around $4 elsewhere.
The prices were just right. I love it.
Our shoppers in our community can expect 40 to 70% savings on brand name items.
Carlos Torres owns City West's Grocery Outlet. All outlets are independently owned. And while the food here is consistent, the brand names they carry often vary from week to week. So get your favorite brands while they last. Torres says buying bulk from distributors is one way he gets bargains.
We are able to extend those deals and those savings to our customers.
A new place to shop for me. I actually live in the neighborhood now. City West's Councilman Gilbert Cedillo says all 30-plus employees here at the market are also from the neighborhood. He worked with the market as well as the nonprofit Central City Neighborhood Partners to help ensure local hires.
That's huge. It's a way of getting integrated into the community. It means so much to the people who got hired.
Ask Alicia Presley. She says she applied through the city's WorkSource job centers, was interviewed at City Hall, and hired on the spot. Today she works cashier.
I like it a lot. I love introducing myself to the people. It's a great prices, so it kicks up a best conversation ever. People can't believe the prices.
I'm looking forward to it because I live nearby and it's going to be a convenience for me.
Even closer for residents of the Sophia, who could shop here without ever really leaving home. From downtown City West neighborhood, I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
Parking in the area can be scarce, but there are 30 free 90-minute garage spaces available. If you've ever felt you're taking your life into your hands trying to cross some LA City streets, you're not alone. The city is taking steps to make sure your next step isn't your last. The statistics are devastating.
I think most people don't realize that we have more people who are killed from traffic fatalities than we have gang homicides. And almost as many people die from traffic fatalities as all the homicides in LA in a given year.
With pedestrian deaths surging across the city, Mayor Eric Garcetti announced a new initiative to slow motorists down and educate Angelenos about their responsibility in keeping our streets safe.
26 streets where speed limits have been adjusted up increased, 45 streets where the speed limits have been lowered, and a number, the rest, the balance, are all staying the same.
The new speed limits are the result of a citywide survey of streets where deaths and serious injuries are more likely to take place. City officials also corrected a major problem that made enforcement of existing speed limits a challenge. The state mandates that a street's speed limit must be certified on a regular basis, but many of these certifications had expired,
which made it impossible for LAPD to enforce the speed limit using radar or laser on too many of our streets.
By the end of the year, officials say most of the streets will be certified and their speed limits enforced. Councilmember Mike Bonin says the city should do everything it can to make everyone safe.
The leading cause of death in Los Angeles County of children under the age of 14 should not be traffic collisions. Our most vulnerable, pedestrians, seniors, people with disabilities, people from lower income communities, people who are undocumented should not be at such risk as they are right now.
The focus on enforcement is just part of a larger initiative called Vision Zero, which aims to eliminate traffic deaths in Los Angeles by the year 2025.
The Vision Zero action plan from the Department of Transportation, which talks about the rest of the E's. It talks about the steps we need to take in education, the steps we need to take in engineering to make sure that every street is safe for everyone trying to get across Los Angeles and for every kid trying to get to school.
We have a pedestrian pledge, which we have our children take. We have a driver's pledge, which we have our drivers take. And it's just that whole focus on education, and then the enforcement efforts, and then embracing the new engineering aspects.
With the help of some young Angelenos, the mayor and Councilman Bonin left Angelenos with some common sense advice.
Slow down! All right.
To find out more about Vision Zero and how you can do your part as a driver or pedestrian, check out visionzero.lacity.org. Do you have the next billion-dollar invention? Well, the newly established Chatsworth Northridge Industrial Corps aims to bring some bold ideas to life with community fun and learning in mind. Gil Reyes has more from Chatsworth. Gil.
Yes, Yana, just beyond these glass doors is what LA City Council member Mitchell Englander calls the best-kept secret in the entire San Fernando Valley, a tinkerer's paradise where product dreams can come true.
Nuna Karajian, a retired teacher, is designing a product that she says could improve the solar industry. We can't show you the idea yet. For now, it's a secret.
But I think it's waiting for me to just do it.
And you're making it here?
I'm making it here.
We are at HexLab Makerspace, located in an unassuming industrial park in Chatsworth. Here, professional and amateur tinkerers make prototypes of robotic hands, wooden toys, basically anything they dare to imagine. Now, some of these creations are just for fun. Others are intended for the mass market someday. Helping to make dreams come true is a treasure trove of accessible laser cutters, 3D printers, and other cutting-edge technology at HexLab. The space was founded by Mike Hexter, a product designer with a lot of extra equipment.
So when the machines were just sitting there not being used, it killed me. So I wanted to open up the doors to the public and inviting the community to learn how to use the machines.
For $110 a month, you have access to all the machines. HexLab offers discounted memberships for seniors and teens, also classes for beginners.
So this is an example of a product that somebody designed and developed here without any prior experience. So we have a welder who came in and they wanted to learn how to use the laser cutting machines as well as electronics to control the LED lights and change all the colors. So they started with a simple 2-hour class, they did a second 2-hour class, and when they were done, they started making.
They bring in people of all ages, from school children that take field trips. You can have a membership here and come regularly.
Chatsworth's Councilman Mitchell Englander and I take a tour of HexLab. It's actually part of the much larger Toolbox LA Innovation Hub, home to several other hardware startups working together to help ensure product success.
The entrepreneurship hub of the Valley. It's meant to inspire and engage. So in the building, we have Make in LA, which is a hardware accelerator. They invest in people's products. And then upstairs, we have Toolbox LA, a huge co-working facility. There are conference rooms for businesses to use, offices, desks. They can rent them for a day or for a month. It's a great platform for businesses to be launched from. We have a 200-person event space, and over here is one of the Artists in Residence projects. This was a plain old school bus, and we stripped down all the paint, sanded it down, and an artist has come in and drawn and created a masterpiece.
This party bus was refurbished with the help of woodworking tools at HexLab, and inside a DJ booth. For birthday parties, corporate events, the sky's the limit.
The whole idea is not just to be a creative space, but a gathering space, to have fun, to have different types of events. It's certainly programmable, so you can make learning fun.
Councilman Englander says Toolbox LA and HexLab fit right into his Innov 818 master plan, reserving roughly 3 square miles of Chatsworth and Northridge as an ultra-modern industrial core.
To market this area to businesses, to bring them here, to show them what we have, and then be able to program all the other companies and the nonprofits around it and who's here, like HexLab, that they have this in their backyard. They can home grow a future workforce. We can protect this area in perpetuity and then just grow it from what it already is. It's a magical place.
A place where you're only limited by your imagination.
Here, if you can dream it, you can build it.
Reporting from the new Chatsworth Northridge Industrial Core, I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
Bring your idea to life. Find out more at hexlabmakerspace.com. A plan to house people who are homeless in shelters at El Pueblo moves forward. A new plaque commemorates the historic LA student walkouts 5 decades ago, and the Asian community marks the end of the Chinese New Year. All these stories in Citybeat. The Los Angeles City Council approved Councilmember Jose Huizar's motion to provide 5 trailers for temporary shelter, restroom and showers, as well as case management space to assist those experiencing homelessness at a city-owned parking lot near El Pueblo in downtown Los Angeles.
3, 2, 1.
Community members joined Wilson High School Alumni Association to unveil a bronze plaque sponsored by Councilmember Jose Huizar and other partners to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Chicano student walkouts at El Sereno Middle School, the site of the original Wilson High School, where students were the first to walk out of classes on March 1, 1968. They were protesting poor education and prejudicial policies against Mexican American students.
The school had a tier system, a tracking system in which most of the Mexican American and Chicano students were being placed in shop classes and in home economics classes instead of college preparatory classes. And so we weren't getting the education that we were entitled to, that we deserved. And so it was important for us to demonstrate that we were going to protest this, we weren't going to stand for it, we were going to do something about it.
Chinese Americans and other community members came out for the 17th annual Los Angeles Lantern Festival. The event occurs annually on the 15th day of the first lunar month to mark the closing of Chinese New Year festivities. The Lantern Festival embraces the mission of the Chinese American Museum to foster a deeper understanding and appreciation of America's diverse heritage.
And it's about learning about each other where we dispel fears and we build friendships and love. And we want to come together as a city, we want to come together as Angelenos, we want to come together as Los Angeles, because in Los Angeles we celebrate diversity.
Each year, Chinatown plays host to one of the city's most colorful celebrations, maintaining a tradition that's been going strong for 119 years. The Lunar New Year is one of the most festive holidays for the Southland's 1.5 million Asian Americans, and the heart of that celebration is right here in Chinatown. Welcome to the Golden Dragon Parade.
We have the best Los Angeles weather. Of course, it always shines brightest here in the First District.
This year's parade featured dragons, of course, but also celebrated the Year of the Dog, a symbol of loyalty, honesty, and friendship.
I was born on the Year of the Dog too, which is pretty cool. So it's just a lot of fun.
I love the atmosphere. I love the celebration, the confetti, and all the kids shooting off the confetti.
I like the dragon.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Past Grand Marshals of the Golden Dragon Parade have featured celebrities, including Bruce Lee and David Carradine. Well, looking for a new haircut? Why not cut it all off for a good cause? Waffle Mania hits downtown LA, and check out the work of some local artists. All this in this week's Things to Do. Come out and help raise money at the annual LAFD-LAPD St. Baldrick's fundraiser to fight kids' cancer. Participants will be shaving heads in order to raise awareness and funds for childhood cancer research. The family-friendly event features a free breakfast, magicians, caricature and balloon artists, face painters, fire and police apparatus displays, a silent auction, and prizes and toys for the kids. And all of the entertainment is free. It all takes place Saturday, March 24th from 7:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at LAFD Fire Station 89, located at 7063 Laurel Canyon Boulevard. If you love waffles, then you won't want to miss Waffle Day, celebrated on March 25th every year per the Swedish tradition. Organizers are bringing the fun, food, and good times to downtown LA. Enjoy beverages, live music, and all the best waffles in LA, from savory to sweet. Festival takes place on March 24th and 25th at Pershing Square. For more, visit wafflesandbeerfest.com. In the heart of Leimert Park thrives a group of community business members with a passion to develop an event rooted in the foundations of culture, art, music, and community. On the last Sunday of the month, Leimert Park Village invites the public over to enjoy a day filled with art exhibits, music, fashion, food, drumming, and other creative endeavors for the whole family. Plenty of DJs spinning, rhymers rapping, and poets of the spoken word combined with traditional artists and the legendary drum circle. Don't miss the fun on Sunday, March 25th at Leimert Park Village. And that's a look at some things to do. Well, that's going to do it for this edition. I'm Yana Kane from all of us here at LA This Week. Thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacitybeat.org. You can also follow and like us on Facebook. We'll see you back here next week for more of LA This Week.